Greetings and salutations to my esteemed guests and my beautiful subscribers. It is me, of course, Light Liger here, and today I'm gonna be talking about an IoT project which I've been excited about for quite some time now, and it's called Planetwatch, which have basically built out a network of IoT devices, both indoor and outdoor, which are basically monitoring the air quality, and this includes things like the temperature, the humidity, the CO2 levels, among other important aspects of the area or the air which you're basically breathing in, depending obviously where you're going to be installing the device, outdoor or indoor. And by collecting this data, it is basically also rewarding you with the Planet's token. So it's a very similar model to the Helium network, but Planetwatch is a lot more consistent in terms of its income and has a better ROI as of right now compared to the Helium devices, which I've at least personally have bought, and comparing it to the average income of each Helium device on the network. So we're going to be reviewing one of these devices here today called Awair Element. This is basically one of the vendors, so there are different vendors which are doing different types of things. They can be connected by different ways. Some are Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, some are only Bluetooth, and some are only like through cable and things like that. Basically, this model that we are looking at right now here is costing £299, okay? That was the price that I, purchased it, and that is around $404 as of right now. My device arrived on the 5th of January, so it's been around 25 days on, and it hasn't gone offline any day whatsoever. And basically that is amounting to $227 in less than a month. So basically, we would put out the cost of the device, which is $400. Let's put in a possible shipping cost there, top of it, and maybe there's gonna be value-added tax, and you're gonna be breaking down. Let's just round this up to 130, meaning that it's gonna be 3.3 months. So give and take 100 days, and you will be recouping the investment of the device. And that is actually very good. So we are talking about roughly 3 months with the current price. Remember this, that this used to be at 50 cents 2 months ago, and it has been slowly climbing up again from the massive down spiral that we have been in the market right now. But when you look at the charts, it was a very high price at that point, and I remember I probably talked about it already here somewhere. This region, I mean, we have talked about this project quite many times, but this is the first time we're doing a fully dedicated video on Planetwatch. Now, there's also one different caveat to the Helium devices which you need to acquire. So each Planetwatch device will require a license. So here I'm going to be doing a quick rundown of the sensors. There's different sensors, and each sensor has a different type. Each type will require a different level or different type of a license. And this is the Element we're going to be reviewing, and the Atmo 2 Pro. These are the two ones that are the most available on most of the markets right now. You can put in your line, and it's going to be roughly 12 weeks, probably get your device. I'm going to leave also my link to heliumhotspot.eu, which are selling different types of IoT devices, including the Atmo 2 Pro, in case you're interested. And obviously, in the same time, I will be getting some benefits if you're going to be using my link to acquire it. Now, the Atmo 2 Pro, for example, this is something that you can just put into your bag or, car or somewhere else. Something that you basically carry over because it's connected to Bluetooth. Then there's the Archino, which is basically an outdoor sensor. And then there's Ariana, but this is going to be like shelved out. The Sense Edge Mini is a new one. And there's going to be apparently a new announcement soon for another device. And in terms of licenses, they are not super expensive. So if you're going to be getting the Awair Element, or you're going to be buying the At Mode 2 Pro, you're going to be getting the license for, and that's going to be 35 euros per year. If you get 2 years, you're going to be getting a pretty high discount here. So I basically bought a 2-year package. So basically, let's put a 440 shipping cost plus the device plus rounding up. Well, 50 euros is probably like $55. So that is around $500, the full cost here. And you divide that by roughly around 130 with the current price. We are talking about roughly 3.8 months to basically recoup your investment. Plus, you can basically sell your device for another person who might be interested in it. Let's talk about a bit of the specs. So obviously I have shot some footage also from the actual app, which you need to install. And there's also a monitor. There's like 2 apps, one that is specifically for Awair Element and one that is basically your Planetwatch wallet. Planetwatch is a token that exists on Algorand, which is pretty cool. So Algorand has pretty low fees, which allows them to basically send out these Planet payments on like a hourly basis. Basically, you get multiple payouts per day, which is good. So it's a constant passive income that is being paid out, and also you are able to buy those licenses with the actual Planet's tokens. So there's also like a clear cost here. How do you basically use these tokens to kind of have, you know, supply and demand system? And maybe down the line, there's going to be a bunch of companies who want to collect that collected data from all of these devices or from a certain area and provide it to them, which are going to be basically using planets to acquire that data. So this is very like, you know, data that has a real value in the world, not just for you, but also for a lot of companies who want to collect information about air quality in certain regions, certain countries, certain areas. Now, people are probably wondering, like, okay, what is going to be the electricity cost? Now, the electricity cost is going to be very small. We are talking about here, like, you know, an input here with 240 watts or voltage. I think this the sum. But to put it into context, it's probably going to be costing you less than an internet router in terms of its electricity. So this is not a crypto miner, guys. This is a device that is going to be using very, very minimal electricity. It has a very high RYI. It's very, you know, it doesn't take a lot of shelf space. It's only 154 millimeters. Basically, you can put it on anywhere in your home. It can be on your desk. It can be on your well, basically, when it's somewhere in an area which gives, don't put it in your fridge because obviously it will give you a very wrong temperature understanding of the place, but also can handle 40 minus and up to 125 Celsius. So this is very impressive. And it seems to be like mostly made out of plastic from what I've been touching, plus the integral parts, which probably contain copper and things like that. And it was very easy to set it up. Basically, plug in and play. You download the apps to your phone, and then you register an account, and basically then you link in your device and click. We are basically in operational and farming out the money. And there's no gap how much money you can basically make. It's only the whole license thing. So long as your license is going, you will be getting those Planet tokens to your wallet. And it's currently listed on Bitfinex, Mex Global, and Bitmart. It was also on the Tiny Man, which was Algorand DEX, but they had a security flaw which caused them to basically shut down. But yes, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be another DEX coming in, and they are obviously going to be fixing their problem and coming back. So that basically means out that there's definitely going to be also a ways to access Planetwatch through DEX and also sell it through a DEX, which is very fantastic in case you just want to switch your planets in straight to Algorand. So overall, I am liking what I'm seeing so far with the Awair Element. I don't think there's a limitation on how many you can have. You know, devices. You still have to buy licenses for each and single one. So maybe you can put a one in the workplace, or you can put a one into, I don't know, your parents' house or something like that. And there's also like colors which you can see on the thing, so it will show you like the situation. If it's green, everything is good, and sometimes very meek it goes to yellow because one of the 4 metrics is basically going down. And here's the things we talked about: temperature, humidity, CO2, and toxic chemicals. That's pretty interesting. So maybe there's dust and things like that which are not good for your pets, your children, or yourself. They can give you pretty valuable data here. And here's a bit of a breakdown what happens here. So it sucks. It doesn't make any sound, by the way. So it's like, you know, it's basically filtering out air and basically taking data from that. So it's pretty impressive here on the back. As I showed on the video, you can basically change the settings, what it will be basically showing you. Normally it just swaps on the slides and show you, you know, temperature and all those things. But that is pretty much my review of the Awair Element. I am liking it very much. I am very bullish on the idea of IoT devices in general. In case you are a manufacturer of any, you know, IoT devices, you can always hit me an email if you want to send a review copy or work some type of a, you know, sponsored video out at some point on the channel. I'm happy to work because I'm very excited about a lot of IoT devices, and I will have a lot of other IoT reviews here. I think this is going to be the year of IoTs, or maybe the next year, and this is the new form of mining. Just like a very last side note here, we have seen so many different governments like pushing for proof of work ban, and I think the mining of future of mining is going to be forms of different types of IoTs, whatever it's leasing out your internet, leasing out your IP address, leasing out electricity and things like that, different types of networks that can basically be built out. And this is just one of those innovations that basically can happen, and one of the ones that I think personally look very, very promising. Thanks for watching. I will be seeing you guys on the next video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I try to answer best to my ability. See you soon.